Yes, sir. Mod Tricker. Back up in this thing, man. Today, I'm reacting to some creepy TikToks that'll make you sleep with one eye open tonight. Let's do it.
But your phone's also a snitch. All of you are going to feel far more sane when I explain to you how Bluetooth technology is actually interfering with your daily life. How many of you have gone to Target and maybe stared at the 70-inch TV for a minute too long, and then you go home later that day, you pop on the grams, and suddenly there it is, 70-inch TV. You're like, it's meant to be, right? Like, how did they know to give me that targeted advertisement, right? Well, the truth is that in Target, there are these little Bluetooth low energy beacons, and they are listening and they are receiving. And so your Bluetooth has a unique identifier. Later, Target's going to go through data brokers and figure out who that is, and that's how they're going to figure out how to target you later. But that's how you start to get those targeted advertisements. So either if it's Android or iPhone, it is getting this information and it is transmitting the raw information about everything your phone could hear during a given time.
I can see this one because there's been multiple occasions where I'll be having a private conversation with somebody and might mention something that I need, and then the next day I'll get served an ad for it, bro. But I don't know how I feel about them doing it without our permission. They need to have a terms and conditions sheet at the front door.
The negative impact of population growth on planetary ecosystems is becoming appallingly evident. Unless nations will agree to work together to tackle these cross-border challenges posed by population growth, overconsumption of resources, and environmental degradation, the prospects for a decent life on our planet will be threatened.
I mean, that speech sounds great, but the prospects for a decent life would be greatly improved if his family would have never touched the education system. Let's start there.
I caught a glitch in the wild. Look at this. I don't want to notice a floating cigarette. Seal web. The graphics got fucked up.
He might need to report this to the simulation IT department so they can fix it before they roll out the next patch.
As ATMs and bank branches close and Australians increasingly rely on digital payments, one economist predicts the country will be cashless in the next few years. But there are fears a world without banknotes will leave people unable to pay for essential goods and become easy targets for cyber criminals.
Now heavy hitters are on board, including KFC, Krispy Kreme and Nando's. Even Macquarie Bank is phasing out cash deposits and withdrawals.
We're definitely going to become a cashless society. It's better for consumers and it's better for businesses.
UNSW Professor of Economics Richard Holden says in 5 years we'll be functionally cashless unless the Reserve Bank acts even sooner.
We could say year one we'll get rid of the $50 bill, year two we'll get rid of the 20 and the 10, and year three we'll kind of mop up the small change. And that would give people time to adjust. For older Australians, it's going to be more challenging.
Millions of Australians trust and rely on cash every day.
And it comes without the data breaches, scams and tech failures of digital payment.
Putting all other factors aside, the main reason why a cashless society scares me is that it's so heavily dependent on the internet, and all it takes is one solar event or an EMP to completely wipe it out. And in that situation, you want cash as a backup.
I just want to say, all you rappers that think you have the best chain, you don't. We're always watching.
If the Illuminati see this clip, they're gonna make this a part of their standard issue uniform.
Known as the Tomb, this is the headquarters of Skull and Bones.
The inside of the tomb is lined with skeletons and skulls. It's almost like an obsession with, and the reason they do that is because they have this phrase in the tomb, memento mori, remember that you must. They like to pretend that they are apart and above the rest of the world.
It's kind of concerning that a lot of our world leaders are members in this club where they decorate the entire headquarters with skulls and bones, bro. I can only imagine what kind of sinister plans were concocted in this building.
And as I brought out to you before, the old magic practicing priests of England, the old Celtic priests, used to work their magic like Merlin the magician with his magic wand, and magic wands were always made out of Hollywood. So I'm saying that Hollywood has been used by, and that's why motion picture stars are called movie stars, because in the Bible, stars were referred to as lesser illuminaries. So these lesser illuminaries are working for the big Illuminati. So the big Illuminati are using the lesser Illuminati. The lesser illuminaries are just stars.
What you're saying, Jordan, is most of us are asleep.
We're
very subtly being conditioned by a number of occultic organizations, occultic attacks, occultic conspirators to condition us into this
Well, we are going to awaken really to the New World Order. You take a look in like Time magazine. I'm going to bring it out again. You say you want a revolution, but are we willing to pay the price?
Hollywood has been a global influence on our society pretty much throughout the entire 20th century up until today, so I can only imagine the damage that's already been done.
So much for 13 going on 30. What the?
I really don't have time for CERN today, bro. It's definitely 13 going on 30. This has to be a glitch.
So, there should be a person in the background, I think I saw. Yeah, see that person walking in the background? Up across the street?
Yeah.
Watch, they're still walking. 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 See, they never glitch. You notice that? That's what I was tripping on.
What the?
That person, that's why I on my other view it didn't catch it. Like the way I had the camera.
If this isn't altered, then he might have just time traveled or ripped a hole through the space-time continuum or something, because I didn't see any cuts in the video.
This is my friend Kyle, and he's about to get initiated by the Freemasons after we snuck into their lodge. At this point, we realized it was too late to go back as we were being led to our seats.
I'll take your...
At this point, they throw Kyle into a bag and start shuffling him around like he's a piñata. And we're not stopping here, as we're going to be sneaking into a Masonic party, and we're going to be live streaming everything on Twitch again.
I'm sure you gain access to some invaluable information once you join, but to me this looks like glorified LARPing, bro. They would probably kick me out for laughing.
This hiker in Alaska discovered a strange noise when she removed her hat.
I don't like how it feels. I'm putting my hat back on.
That much static electricity in the air usually means an impending lightning strike, bro. I would run as far away from that location as possible.
Hey folks, brace yourself for what I consider an extraordinary challenge for any human. A trail camera strategically placed by the police at a crime scene captures an imposing figure reminiscent of Bigfoot's stature. He effortlessly lifts a sizable tree trunk. This impressive feat involves elevating the 12-inch diameter, 25-foot-long log a jaw-dropping 30 feet into the air, followed by a resounding slam. The displayed strength and power exceeds human strength, with the estimated weight of the massive log hitting an impressive 530 pounds. Could this trail camera have captured a genuine Bigfoot in action? Check it out.
I don't know if that was a Bigfoot or something else, but I know a human could never pick up an entire tree by the short end and swing it like a Louisville Slugger like that. There's either some really good CGI or some strong voodoo.
Uncertainty. Markets don't like uncertainty. Markets like actually totalitarian governments where you have a understanding of what's out there, and obviously the whole dimension is changing now with, as you said, a democratization of countries, and democracies are very messy, as we know in the United States. You have opinions changing.
Is it really the markets that don't like uncertainty, or him? Because we know the tight grip that BlackRock keeps on the economy.
After Matthew's tragic passing, Doja Cat deleted all of her videos except for this one. So obviously the comments on that video are crazy. People are like, what? Do you have something to do with this? She now deletes the video. There's nothing up now. Take a closer look at this logo and you'll see that something is off. Now the word friends is 7 letters, and in between each letter is a dot that represents each of the friends. You can see how it correlates to each one here. The dot in between the D and the E is gone. Why is one of them missing? This is just a conspiracy theory. I like talking about conspiracy theories. This is not a disrespectful thing. And this was a promotion for her new music video called Demons. And we all know how she's been recently, and all of the other conspiracy theories. Now I get the Friends is a popular TV show, but like, the timing's really weird. You can't deny that. Everything is intentional. How would this have been in her? What kind of team she had? How would they forget the first dot? But the promotional photo came out exactly 2 months before what happened to him.
First, I gotta send my condolences out to the Perry family, but we know Doja Cat is a dark priestess, so I would not be surprised if there was more to this one than meets the eye.
If you pay attention to the left side of the screen, you'll notice a strangely shaped streak of white light suddenly appear from the shadows.
Here it comes.
It's coming from the garage where there's a car, so maybe that's smoke from an exhaust pipe, but it kind of looked like the spirit of Roger Rabbit.
In the frosty wilderness of Norway, nestled deep within the permafrost, lies a vault of utmost importance, the Svalbard Global Seed Vault. This icy fortress safeguards the world's agricultural heritage, a veritable Noah's Ark of seeds, preserving over 1 million varieties of crops from global calamities or doomsday scenarios. Some whisper of conspiracies that this vault holds more than seeds, that it's a secret refuge for the elite, yet these are just tales spun from shadows. The truth? This vault is humanity's insurance policy, our lifeline, a beacon of hope in a world of uncertainty. So, as the world turns and seasons change, remember the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, a silent sentinel in the frost, safeguarding our future, one seed at a time.
Meanwhile, some farmers still have to go through Monsanto every year just to get seeds, just like the future civilizations will have easier access to the seeds than we will.
Michelle Lamy. She's a 78-year-old fashion designer from France, currently married to the American fashion designer Rick Owens. Here she is wearing his head on her body during Fashion Week. And not only that, through the years, she's developed close relationships with ton celebrities, including A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky mentions Rick Owens in his music a lot, if you're familiar. Here's another picture of A$AP doing the satanic ritual in the beginning of his career. Not only that, Michelle is very close with another coven, the Kardashians. Starting to make sense?
To each his own, I guess, but she really channeled her inner Dracula for that photo shoot. I don't know what natural event could have caused this, but it must have been serious for them to kamikaze out the sky like that.
First on Fox, we're learning more about a strange noise North St. Louis County residents say they are hearing.
This is a hum that Contact 2's Mike Colombo has heard a lot about. And as he reports tonight, many of you have thoughts on what that sound could be.
Listen very closely. The low rumble sounds like a generator running in the distance. It's now morning at the same home in the Castlereagh neighborhood of North St. Louis County. Beyond the birds chirping, you can hear the same hum in the background. The viewer who shared this video with us lives less than 3 miles northwest of Micah Mayfield's home on Old Jamestown Road.
So low that it's almost inaudible. But super consistent. So usually in the evenings after 8, you'd hear a very low humming noise that would come in kind of a wave pattern.
And I remember asking my husband, I said, babe, do you hear that noise? And he's like, what noise? And I say, listen.
St. Louis County Councilwoman Shalonda Webb can hear the hum from her North St. Louis County home. She's still got the county looking into it, and so are we.
Since I'm not sure what it is, it's hard to guess what they could do, but if there's a way to maybe keep that noise back from the residential areas, that would be great.
I've actually been hearing a very low hum like that outside of my house at night as well. It sounds like it's coming from underground. Maybe it's a Hadron Collider they just don't know about. This crab is humongous, so my question is, what did it get into a fight with to leave it in this condition?
NASA has released some new information that they have lost a tool bag off of the International Space Station, and now it's floating around up there and you can see it with binoculars.
Oh my gosh, interesting, because normally if some planes at 130,000 feet, you don't see them at all. They're completely too small and invisible.
So planes are invisible at 130,000 feet. And they're about the same size as the International Space Station. If you look at it, it sits about over a football field. And the International Space Station is 250 miles up. And they're telling you that you can see this little tool bag from the ground with binoculars. So if you couldn't see this at 130,000 feet, and a football field is like a little speck from an airplane flying at 34,000 feet, how do they expect you to believe that this little bag that they drop can be visible from the ground?
If we're not able to see an airplane at that height, then common sense would tell you that you shouldn't be able to see a tool bag. So NASA needs to come with an actual scientific explanation, because Neil deGrasse Tyson will give us the runaround.
Fans are saying that this is the most demonic concert they have ever attended. Before I show you actual footage of Rima's concert, this is the trailer that he dropped before the concert started. He jumps into a portal of fire and then onto a horse. The trailer fades, then the intro of the concert begins and a black cage is lifted off of him. Members in the audience were so shocked that they started to record saying, "I was genuinely scared for my life." This woman said that it felt like he was doing a ritual, and I don't blame her. The way the dancers were dancing, he was screaming and speaking words that no one could understand. I'll play you the noises he was making at the end, but he then starts to get on this demonic looking bat. The visuals then started to show demonic looking figures and skeletons and bodies. To realize this concert is very dark and the only color it's flashing is red. With all of this dark symbolism, everyone said that they felt extremely drained.
If I was there, I'd probably have to leave halfway through the first song. Just watching that is giving me anxiety.
They're not moving? What the Why aren't they moving? Babe, that's trippy. Like, they're all stuck. Hold on, wait. I want to show. They're literally all frozen.
Now they're moving, babe.
I've only seen fish freeze like this when they're sleeping, but usually they're tucked in between some rocks. It kind of looks like they're swimming in jello.
Something strange happened at Taylor Swift's concert in Brazil. While Swift was performing the song Cruel Summer, a 23-year-old woman. The number 23 is often used in occult rituals to manipulate outcomes through manifestation. Discordianism is a religion devoted to the goddess Eris. the Greek goddess of strife, discord, and chaos. Its followers consider the number 23 to be a holy number, as it is a tribute to the goddess Eris. Some have noticed the similarities between Taylor Swift's tour Eras and the goddess Eris. Could these be connected? I don't know. Swift has recently been accused of practicing witchcraft and Satanism on her Eras tour. For instance, during her song Willow, Swift and her dancers appear to be performing a ritual on stage. Back in 2020, when Taylor Swift first heard the instrumental for the song Willow, she instantly thought that it sounded like, quote, casting a spell to make someone fall in love with you. In an October Instagram post, Swift commented on her appreciation of the Eras Tour concert film. In the post, Swift specifically calls out her fans for, quote, casting spells and creating, quote, joyful chaos. The Eras Tour concert film also premiered in theaters on October 13th, which is heavily tied to witchcraft and occult rituals.
I have an artist at work. My mom is the only one who's ever been entrusted to draw on my 13th. She hasn't done it since, I think, mid-2009. So, considering the time you've taken away from the craft, you really just jumped right back in.
Swift recently posted to X in response to these witchcraft claims. Her post stated, quote, never beating the sorcery allegations.
I know it was extremely hot in Brazil during that concert, so the fan passing isn't her fault, but between the onstage rituals and all the dark imagery, it looked like she went to Travis Scott School of Performing Arts.
Novus Ordo Seclorum. The
New World Order.
The New World Order.
New World Order. The New World Order.
Since the dawn of time, humanity has never been free. The world used to be run by tyrannical elites who oppressed the people of their nations. We used to call these elites kings and queens. These elites all had one thing in common. They lusted to rule the world. That fantasy hasn't disappeared. The New World Order is being presented by the globalists as a world of democracy, peace, and prosperity that couldn't be farther from the truth.
If this really is the ultimate plan and they got their work cut out for them trying to get all 8 billion of us to cooperate, I don't see it happening.
עם מי הייתם רוצים לשבת לקפה? קפה כזה של שבת בבוקר.
Those birds each had their own light pole, like it was a charging dock.
Scientists, some, are sounding the alarm on a so-called solar superstorm that could, and this is important, underline the word could, eventually wipe out the internet for weeks or even months.
If it were to occur, might take a decade for us to recover. Some of the destruction of communication infrastructure could bring about the end of the internet.
They are hopeful that they can stop this.
Yes.
But this is a real possibility.
Yeah.
That we won't have internet for months.
They need to specify if this is just a theory or an actual warning, bro. Gen Z wouldn't know what to do.
The paranormal check here. Y'all, this witness recorded an actual sea monster. I don't know if it's truly a sea monster, but it definitely is huge and it does look like a serpent. This was recorded today, November 17th, 2023. And whatever it is, it was close to the shoreline and it's long, it's massive. Take a look at this video and tell me what you think.
Bruh.
At first I thought it was some sort of buoy until I saw the tail curve like some sort of large snake, bro. That would be the end of my beach day.
Ops closed and cleared this entire area. And then shortly after, this came through. Watch till the end.
It's time. I'll take a picture, dude.
I mean, I could be wrong, but it's pretty obvious that it's shaped like a UFO. And if it is one, then this to me signifies that not all UFOs that you see in the sky are extraterrestrial.
I'm at the Denver airport with a new art installation in the center of
the airport. You start off here with the world. The South Pole, there's a gate, and then around the world is sand. At the North Pole, there's this hole that leads up to this arrow. The arrow points down to what it looks like perhaps a firmament, to a train station. I should also mention the world is depicted as flat over there. From the train station, from the arrow, we come down here. Perhaps a way to get in and out of the world as we know it. Again, surrounded by rocks and sand. Maybe this is where the lizard people live.
This definitely doesn't help the Denver airport's case when it comes to the theory that it's an Illuminati outpost, bro. But the last time I was there, it took 3 hours to get through security, so they got other things to worry about than these art installations.
This genre of hip hop is teaching, literally, like word by word, teaching people how to commit fraud. This is, like, I don't think you understand. Like, these songs are so bad. There are literally lawyers that are telling people, like, if you, like, don't listen to this, okay? These people, the people rapping, are telling you actual facts about how to actually people with actual fraud. And like, it's not a joke. It's not like they're playing around. These are real criminals. Now, one of the most popular artists from scam rap is named Punch Made Dev. By the way, his name is in reference to his scamming. Anyway, I'm going to let you listen to the song and you tell me what you think.
Okay, SimSwap got a runner in a bank. Now it's time for you to wipe down all the money that they made. Go and send the wire out.
It seems a little counterintuitive to record a detailed confession tape after you commit a crime. I know the FBI is listening to this with a pen and a pad. But with that being said, guys, that was the video. Thank you for coming to kick it with me. Let me know what you guys thought about these creepy TikToks in the comments below. And until next time, y'all take care of yourself.